Hello.
Hi there, everyone. Welcome to my channel, our channel. My name is Melissa St. Clair. I also go by Sylvia Nightrose. I'm an author, inspirational speaker, motivational. I also do some writings on Facebook that I feel that can be very inspirational as well. This is my friend Cherie.
Hello. I'm Cherie Phillips with Melody Wellness. I am a sound healer. I also do Reiki with Melissa, and we do shared tandem healing together on individuals that are wanting a modality of different healing modalities to release what might be that you're holding on to. We can explain more on that in the end. We have a great message that we'd like to share with you today. Melissa wrote up a great message and some questions at the end that we wanted to go over with you. Thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely. Well, first, Cherie is going to do a sound bowl session to help relax you and get you in mode to be able to listen to this. Cherie?
May this allow you to release and ready to receive.
Hi. Thank you so much, Cherie. That was beautiful.
My pleasure.
All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and read the writing that I did called The Power of Words. And that is what today's topic is about. The power of words. It's so important for people to understand that, realize, and be more mindful and aware of what we are speaking into the world. So, the power of words. Words are more than sounds we speak or letters we place together. They are one of the ways we give expression to our thoughts, emotions, intentions, and beliefs. The same words can carry completely different energy depending on what is behind them. I love you, spoken from genuine love, can feel very different from I love you, spoken from fear of losing someone. I'm fine can mean peace and contentment, or it can be a way of hiding pain. Even no can be spoken from anger, fear, confidence, self respect, or love. This is why the power isn't only the words themselves, it is also in the thought, intention, and emotion behind them. Our words can encourage someone or discourage them. They can create connection or distance. They can help someone see possibilities they couldn't see before. And the words we repeatedly speak about ourselves can influence the way we see ourselves and the choices we make. Are we complaining or expressing concern? This is something interesting to become mindful of. There's a difference between complaining about something over and over and expressing a genuine concern. When we are constantly complaining, we may find ourselves repeating everything that is wrong without looking for understanding, resolution, or what we can do differently. We can sometimes walk away from those conversations feeling more frustrated than we started. Expressing a concern can feel different. We can say, "This happened, this is how I feel about it, and I would like to understand what can be done." We aren't pretending something doesn't bother us. We aren't forcing ourselves to make everything positive. We are acknowledging what we are experiencing while also leaving room for communication, understanding, boundaries, solutions, or change. And sometimes we simply need someone to listen. That would be considered venting. Even then, there can be a difference between processing an experience and repeatedly feeding the same story. We can begin asking ourselves, am I using my words to process what I'm experiencing, or am I using them to keep myself inside the experience? Very powerful stuff.
Wow.
Neither requires judging ourselves, it requires awareness. Mindful expression. Being mindful of our words doesn't mean being afraid to speak. It doesn't mean that every sentence has to be positive or perfect. It means becoming more aware of what we actually are trying to express. Sometimes the most loving words are gentle. Sometimes the most loving words are firm. Sometimes they are, "I understand." Sometimes they are, "I disagree." Sometimes they are, "I love you." And sometimes they are, "This doesn't work for me." Question becomes, what am I intending to create through the words I'm choosing? We can also begin listening to the language we use with ourselves. Do I constantly tell myself what I can't do? Do I describe myself by something that happened years ago? Do I repeat other people's opinions of me as though they are facts? Or am I choosing words that reflect who I'm becoming? Being mindful with our words doesn't require perfection. We can catch ourselves, reconsider what we meant, apologize when necessary, express ourselves differently, and choose again. That is part of the power of words, too. We are always capable of changing the conversation. That is so liberating, to be able to know that we can actually change our words. So now it's a reflection.
Sorry, honey. There's nothing wrong with being able to retract that and change it.
Absolutely. Now we have some reflection questions for you. We're going to take turns asking these questions, kind of give some reflection ideas on them as well. I'll start with, what words or phrases do I repeatedly use when I talk about myself? When we actually realize what we're actually saying about ourselves, it really does help to understand how much negativity we're actually speaking of ourselves most of the time. And a lot of that time comes from what people have said about us. And then we believe it to be true. Would you like to go ahead and
Sure.
ask the question?
When something bothers me, am I expressing a concern or repeatedly complaining about the same experience?
And
I take that as part of replaying the same thing in our head without finding understanding of it. Just replaying it and making it a consistent thing and not letting go.
Yeah, it's like basically asking, what's the story that you keep telling yourself?
Mm-hmm. After I talk about a difficult situation, do I feel clear or do I feel more caught up in it? I can relate to this one a lot right now. Because sometimes there's so much emotion attached to it that you can't see the message that's trying to be given or taken because your emotions are attached to it so deeply.
Exactly.
So that one's one to reflect on. Would you like me to do the next one, Melissa?
Sure.
Okay. What words do I choose for myself if I stop defining myself by the past? And then again, it's kind of like what somebody has told us that we're replaying that over and over and not seeing our own perception of the words and defining who we are and continuing to repeat the past.
So what was the word of the day for that one?
The word of the day is trying. That one has become kind of like a difficult subject for me because I find it kind of like an excuse. Explaining that trying is giving an effort but not continuing to do, not following through on a repeated basis, not making it happen. Doing it or trying. Like you don't work out, you do a workout. You're not trying to work out, you actually do a workout.
Exactly.
Like I was to pick up my wand here. So I'm going to try to pick up the wand, but in reality, I actually chose to pick up the wand. And if I continue to do it, it's choosing to pick up the wand. And that's something that we need to reframe and look at when we're explaining ourselves to someone or ourselves. I'm not just trying, I'm doing it.
Exactly. It's a very beneficial way of being when you realize that you choose to or you don't choose.
Yes.
There is no actual in between when it comes to something like that.
Yeah. So the word trying is kind of a weak word to me.
Yeah. It's actually what it is it's a very disempowering word.
Mm-hmm. Like you're not capable of truly doing it.
Exactly. When everybody's capable.
Yes, exactly.
And it kind of goes along with the words like need to, have to, should. Those are all disempowering words.
Mm-hmm.
But when you choose to, you allow yourself to, you give yourself permission to do those things, then you're actually empowering yourself.
By choosing the correct words.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So, we will be putting these questions on the description down below as well, so that you can be able to go through them on your own. We're not going to go through all of them because there's about 12 of them. But we've decided to select a few that we felt called to us to ask. Am I looking to be heard, understood, supported, validated, or helped with a solution? Have I communicated that? I felt this one was definitely something worth asking on the camera. And the reason why is because there's just a lot of times that there are certain ways that we want to be able to feel when we want to express something to somebody. And maybe we don't always want a solution. We just want to be heard. Or maybe we are looking for a solution to a situation and just need somebody to bounce ideas off of. Or even just to be held, like in a space to be held, to be listened to. Things like that. And to be able to communicate that is very powerful, because at least it gives the other person an understanding of where they get to be in all of it. And this also goes for if somebody's expressing something to you, whatever they're going through, you can be able to ask these questions to them. Are you asking for support? Are you asking to be understood? Are you asking for a solution? What would you like to come up with here? But it helps the communication a lot better. And nobody's feeling like there's something agitating about whatever the person is feeling. Go ahead.
Number 12 on the list. What do I want my words to create in the world? With that question, I could take it as positive words that I might say, or a word, and how I put energy into the word. It can be a positive or it can be a negative. And giving that thought before we say it can make all the difference. Creating our own vibrations, like to say I have to instead of I get to. It gives us more gratitude for the life that we have instead of being put out for the life that we have. I have to, I take that as more of a put out. I get to, I have the pleasure of. I have the gratitude of.
Plus, also you feel like you're not stuck. You're not obligated when you actually get to. When you have to, it feels like an obligation. It feels like, well, this is what I have to do, and there's no other choice. But that's not true.
Definitely.
And a reference, Jefferson Fisher, we've been listening to it. He does this book called The Next Conversation. It's definitely worth reading. He talks about the idea of pausing. Being able to take a breath is actually considered a word. Pausing and putting your words together for a minute sometimes actually ends up becoming more intriguing to the person you're speaking to.
I believe it to be more powerful instead of just blurting it all out. You've had time to think about it and consider your words.
Exactly. Especially if there is something that you're expressing to somebody and you're to some degree looking for a certain outcome with it. Blurting out all your words to that person, or even they consider it vomiting on that person, all this negative stuff. You want to make sure you get an understanding of where you're at with all of it.
For sure. When there's more emotional attachment, sometimes it's a little difficult. And sometimes we need a little quiet time to take that pause to really come up with the thoughts.
Well, that's where the difference between reacting versus responding.
True.
Because when you're reacting, because there's emotions that are happening, that are rising. But when you're responding, you're allowing yourself to take a moment.
Sometimes when you're in the moment, you don't even know one from the other.
Yes, that definitely does make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
But when you practice on it, you practice and you have more awareness of it, you actually get better about responding rather than reacting.
True. Very true.
The question I also have here, which actually ends up going right along with what we just said here. When I am upset, am I expressing what I truly feel or reacting from the emotion of the moment?
Ding, ding, ding.
Right? Goes right along with exactly with what we just spoke of. And this is what we get to have some understanding of. It's a beautiful thing when you start to realize these things and having these kind of awarenesses about how you're speaking. I got number 9. How does my communication change when my intention is to understand rather than to prove a point? Ooh. I'm going to tell you, if any of these things come up for you, like a trigger comes up for you, it is about reflection at this point, so that you can understand where this is, what is it that's triggering you when these questions come up, so that you can be able to realize it and release it and let it go, and replace it with something more beneficial in your life.
I want to say that we definitely welcome any of those questions or conversation in these questions. Response, we're definitely open to whatever you might be feeling or thinking.
Exactly. So whenever you put those comments down below, we will pay attention to those.
Please share.
We look forward to it.
Most definitely.
Even if it's something that comes up negative, it's still an understanding, still an awareness of something.
Yes.
Did you have one more question?
No, I read them all.
All right.
But so, look at all the questions after we get this posted. And I look forward to hearing what responses we might get.
Yeah. You know, for us, this has been an interesting journey that we've been on, especially when we got together and just started having a lot of realizations, talking about what we have that's related to our lives and how things have really shifted for us, the things that we have overcome. This is why we really feel it's important to express this to you guys, because we want to be able to see you succeed too. And we
Yeah.
know the importance of the power of words.
Yes.
They have done research studies on these things as well with water and how powerful the emotion of like your words when you speak to the water, how it can actually change the
Yes.
structure of it.
Because words are frequencies,
Exactly.
and those frequencies can change our bodies, our mind, for ourselves, others, and for energy to happen in our life, to bring forth us. It can bring the negative to happen or the positive to happen on how we view it and say it, repeat it.
Exactly. Every once in a while, when it comes to certain words, we've gotten better at it, but we have definitely helped each other keep accountable as far as what words we speak. It has helped challenge us and has also helped us grow.
So, Melissa, share how you view the word work.
The word work
Yes, the word work.
is when you're saying things like, I'm working on it, I'm
Or going
working,
to work. Going to work. I
yeah,
love how you view going to work. It's not going to work
yeah,
because
to
work
me,
is something you dread.
yeah, exactly. You feel like you're not looking forward to it. When
Yeah.
it's work, it feels drudgery. I don't, when I actually go to work,
To your
I work at the casino. So for me, it's not really work. It's me playing in the playground of life. I get to play games and have fun with people and I get paid for it. To me, that's not work. That's all
and
play
that sets your mindset to have a great day and have fun with it.
and looking forward to it.
Yes.
Looking forward to going to what they consider work, you know.
Who wouldn't look forward to going to the playground?
So I would rather say work than a job because, you know, a job is even more drudgery.
Yeah.
Um, so feeling like when you're feeling stuck and you feel like you're in a place that you're unhappy with, you're going to call it a job.
Mhm.
When you call it work, it can be productive, but it can still feel restraining.
True.
But when you're going to do something that's passion, when you're doing something that you really enjoy and you do with love, it doesn't feel like any of that.
Yes. It's more success, more happiness, more fulfillment
Yeah.
as you're doing it.
Especially when you're doing something that actually is improving, is making an impact, a beautiful impact on other people's lives.
Mhm. So I guess I would encourage somebody to be creative. What they can call their place of work.
Right?
Put another name to it.
Yeah. The only reason why I ever use the word work anymore is because, well, people don't really understand playground. Not
Oh,
yet, anyway.
what? I believe they would
Yeah. I'm going to my playground
to make some money.
to make some money. Yes, I'm going to my playground to play to make money.
Wow.
What?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that place that most people call work. There you go.
Yeah.
It is interesting having this awareness about words is actually is invited me to challenge my mind on being able to get creative with words and being able to speak in different ways.
Me too. It's helped me a lot.
Just like actually thinking about it, the word better versus different. Doesn't have to be better or worse. It's going to be different. Wow, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I still catch myself every so often with that. I've gotten a lot better about it.
Yeah. Well, it's repeated habits that we've had our whole life, so it takes time. But I think just reflecting on it helps.
Yeah, makes things a lot faster. Before we sound full,
Mm-hmm.
we would like to talk about our tandem healing that we have available. And we do sessions. We can do them either online or in person. And the in-person part would be if you were in Vegas, where Cherie is at, she has invited people to come to her place. And technically, we would still do it online because I'm in Nebraska, but we can always make it work no matter what.
Yes, we can.
I will be putting a link in down below to where you can go ahead and set up an appointment. And if you're feeling called to do this, we would love to be there for you whenever you're ready. Because the tandem healing, it includes Cherie's sound therapy. We also include Reiki. We do motion codes. We'll do compassion key healing, which is being able to help put things in a different perspective. And it goes right along with also revisioning your life so that you can actually feel more like you're not stuck in your past, that you can allow yourself to move forward. We also do scripting. It's something that you could have at home so that you can work on moving forward by reading these scripts that allow yourself to shift your mindset, as well as work on, let's see, and and it may seem like work at first because it can be challenging. Work is a challenge. If you want to look at it that way, you can too. But being able to allow your subconscious mind to hear those scripts and know that things can change.
Sometime we'll have to do a video going more into detail with each one of the healing modalities that we do together, what properties they can help you with.
Exactly. The
I think,
benefits of each one.
yes.
Absolutely. And also, I have a book out. It is called Your New Reality Starts Here. And it actually is about scripting. Each chapter is a scenario that can help you with different parts of your life, like money, relationships, friendships, business, whatever it is you're going through, whatever you're dealing with. It can actually help you with that kind of thing because in there it also has reflection questions that'll help you see things for yourself too. I will be putting the link down below of the book so that you can order the book from Amazon. That's where it is exclusively right now. To Cherie, we'll go ahead and do the sound bowls.
I invite you to lean your head back, close your eyes, picture yourself at a place in your past that has brought you peace. And as you're sitting in there or standing or swimming or any of the places that you might be, let go of all the things that you've held on to. Big deep breath all the way down to your root chakra. And let it go. So I've recently learned this vagus nerve reset, and I'd like to share it with you because it is connected to our tongue. And we've talked about things that we speak today. So I think it might be important to reset our tongue. So I'd like you to open your mouth. I can't do it and speak at the same time, but as you open your mouth, stick out your tongue as far as you can stick it out. Point it. And I want you to inhale as you're sticking it out. And then exhale it as far as you can, just like a dragon. And then you'll feel this release in your neck and your shoulders. That is a vagus nerve reset for anxiety and our thoughts. I would do that as many times a day when you're struggling. I know it might look kind of weird, but give it a shot. Thank you for joining us today. Wishing you lots of love, peace, and mindful of your words.
Thank you so much, Cherie. That was,
Yeah.
I felt that. I really felt that. Thank you. As we close, there is one more thing that I would like to read to end this. I feel it would be perfect. Words don't have to be perfect to be powerful. When our thoughts, intentions, emotions, and words become aligned, we begin communicating from a much more conscious place. I could not agree more.
That was very beautiful, Melissa. Thank you for sharing that and writing it for us today.
Thank you. And thank you all for watching, especially if you've gotten to this point. You definitely ready for something new and challenging in your life that will be a catalyst for your growth and learning that negative things don't always have to stay negative. It could turn into something positive, whatever it is. We've been learning that one quite a bit.
Yes, wow.
Thank you for watching. And if you are enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. We would love to hear from you.
And share.
Yes, please do.
Share it with your friends.
And share your thoughts on it. Share your feedback. And if there's something you would like to hear, please share that too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Until next time, universal love and namaste.
Namaste.